wrestling fans? Welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. This Cruiserweight Classic put on by WWE only on the WWE Network. I've been following it. We just finished up round 2 this past Wednesday. The semifinal round, I believe, begins on this Wednesday. We're down to our final 8. Started out with, 32? Yeah, 16 matches. 32 of the best cruiserweights in the world. I know New Japan puts on their Super Juniors tournament every year. There's a lot of cruiserweights out there that go to that. There's one particular one that basically went to that versus coming to WWE. That's Ricochet. You know him as Prince Puma in Lucha Underground. I wish he would have been here. He's one of my favorite indie guys, favorite cruiserweights around the world. These 8 matches here from the second round, I'm going to rank them. I know it's going to be Robert's 10, but there's only 8 because there's only 8 second round matches. So I ranked the first round matches. I'm going to rank all of each round, and then at the end I'm going to put together the best 10 of the tournament, and then eventually I'm going to put the best 10 wrestlers of the tournament. Some of these guys are already going to be on the main roster as of, I believe, now. If you look up the WWE roster, some of these guys are already on the Raw version of the roster for the Cruiserweight title. So we're going to get this started. Number 8, we have Noam Dar versus Ho Ho Lun. Noam Dar, 23-year-old, who debuted in 2008. 29-year-old Ho Ho Lun debuted in 2009. Ho Ho Lun came from China. He's a founding father of pro wrestling in China. Noam Dar won this match. I give it a 3-star rating. Didn't really do a lot for me. It was just kind of there. But Noam Dar is actually currently showing up on the WWE roster, on the Raw roster, so we'll see where he goes. Number 7 on this list, I had Rich Swann, a 25-year-old who debuted in 2008. Versus Lindsay Dorada, 29-year-old who debuted in 2007. This was a 3-star match to me. Rich Swann getting the victory. And another one of those from the tournament showing up on the WWE Raw roster, Rich Swann. Number 6, I had the Brian Kendrick, 37-year-old, debuted in 1999. Versus Tony Nese, another 31-year-old who debuted in 2005. He's actually one of my favorites of this tournament right now. I don't know why. He's got the power, but he can do the lucha libre style. He can mat wrestle. I gave this a 3.25-star match. Brian Kendrick is also on the WWE Raw roster currently. I think his time has passed. I think there's too many younger guys, faster guys that should be in that spot instead of Brian Kendrick. Number 5 on this list, the 5th best match of the second round, I had T.J. Perkins, 31-year-old who debuted in 1999, versus Johnny Gargano, a 29-year-old who debuted in 2005. This was also a 3.25-star match. T.J. Perkins getting the victory here, also signed to the WWE Raw roster. Johnny Gargano, some of you know, he is a tag team specialist tag team guy on NXT with Tommaso Ciampa. Why you put the Noam Dars, the Rich Swanns, the Brian Kendrick, the T.J. Perkins on the Raw roster over a Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, I'll never know. Tony Nese is another guy who should be there. Lindsay Dorada, great. I thought he had some good matches. Only time will tell who will be the first Cruiserweight champion, which really won't be the first WWE Cruiserweight champion because the old Cruiserweight champion dated back to the WCW Light Heavyweight days, became the WCW Cruiserweight champion, become the WWF Light Heavyweight Championship, and then became the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. We're going to get rid of all that records and create the new WWE Cruiserweight Championship now. Don't ask me what they're doing. Number 4 on my list, we had Akira Tozawa, 31-year-old debuting in 2005 versus Jack Gallagher, 26-year-old debuting in 2006. As you see, most of these guys debuted between 2004 and 2008, so they have, 8 to 12 years experience in pro wrestling. Akira Tozawa versus Jack Gallagher, I thought it was a 3.5-star match. it just, Jack Gallagher's good in the ring. He's a good submission mat-based guy. He's got a little cockiness to him, which I don't know what. I just don't like him. He reminds me of a technical wrestling Sheamus. I guess that's why I don't like him. I don't know. But it'd been good. 3.5-star match. Akira Tozawa. He coming from Dragon Gate, New Japan. One of those guys who kind of like a Hideo Itami type, Kota Ibushi, that kind of wrestler, which I really like. You know, the kicks and the snap. He did a snap German suplex. It's like, what, snap German? What? So it was incredible. So I'm hoping big things from him. Number 3 on my list, we have third best match of this second round. We have Zack Sabre Jr. versus Drew Gulak. Zack Sabre Jr., 29-year-old, debuted in 2004. Drew Gulak, 29-year-old, who debuted in 2005. This is a 3.5-star match with Zack Sabre Jr. getting the victory. He's one that a lot of people picked to win this tournament. I can see why. His just back in the day, Dean Malenko was known as the man of 1,000 holds, and then Jericho came up with known as the man of 1,004 holds. I think Zack Sabre Jr. can be known as the man of 1,004 counters or escapes, or no matter what Drew Gulak move he did, it seemed like Zack Sabre came up with something different, something how to get out of it. You know, he was reaching for the ropes, instead of trying to pull him back, he just reached over and pulled his fingers back like a submission on his hand. It's like, oh my God, this guy is like incredible. It's just very fluid in everything he does. Number 2 on the list, we have Gran Malik versus Tavari. Gran Malik is 28-year-old who debuted in 2005. Tajiri, 45-year-old who debuted in 1994. He debuted for more than most of these guys were alive. This was a 3.75-star match. Tajiri put on a clinic of a match at his age. Even it's just amazing to see what he still has in the tank. Gran Malik, who just kind of Lucha Libre style, which is what I really like. Getting the victory there. I've looked big things from him in the tournament. One thing about this cruiserweight tournament in WWE on the WWE Network, if you've never seen any of them, please watch them. Mauro Ronaldo, the SmackDown announcer, along with Dana Bryan, they're able to get through what some of these guys have done in other places of the world, in China, Japan, Mexico. Mauro Ronaldo, I don't know if he knows all this stuff or there's somebody feeding it to him, but he delivers it in a way that when he talks about the submission holds, he talks about the moves, and he talks about this wrestler doing this and this hold, and so from Japan made this hold famous from here. It's just like, it just blows you away what knowledge he has. And Dana Bryan going, you know what? Yeah, I've wrestled Brian Kendrick, who was trained by Shawn Michaels. I've wrestled Zack Sabre Jr. I think William Regal or Chris Hero trained him. I've wrestled this guy. I've wrestled this guy. I know what this guy is. Hey, he took that move from me. Oh my God, if I was still wrestling, I would do that move. It just adds to it. It's JR from the Attitude Era. Stone Cold! Stone Cold! It's just that type of, it pulls you in just to listen to Mario Ronaldo talk about these stars from other countries. It's just amazing what he knows. Number 1 on the best second round matchup for the Cruiserweight tournament in WWE. Number 1, we had a 4.5-star match. 34-year-old debuting in 2004, Kota Ibushi versus a 27-year-old debuting in 2009, Cedric Alexander, who is one of the guys on the WWE Raw roster. Kota Ibushi's been, I believe he's on either he's on the NXT roster or he's been wrestling some NXT stuff. So Kota Ibushi getting the victory there in a 4.5-star match. Probably the best match so far of the tournament. The crowd was so hot for this. After Ibushi got the victory, Cedric Alexander's walking out, the crowd's chanting, sign him, sign him. I believe that's what they're saying. Triple H comes out. You didn't think you'd ever see somebody like him walking out during the tournament. comes out right out of the through the curtain, acknowledges the crowd, holds up Cedric Alexander's hand. When they turn around to walk out, Tripp turns around and gives a thumbs up to the crowd, like, yeah, we know. We got this. So, things he's going to do in WWE with his Cruiserweight title, Ibushi, Grand Malik, Zack Sabre Jr., Drew Gulak, all these guys, I think, can make, splash in WWE, fills his Cruiserweight, NXT. So, that wraps up the Cruiserweight Championship Round 2 rankings. Like I said, as it goes on each round, I'll have the rankings out for that, and then we'll get that going. So that will wrap up Robert Sports Show. Let's just have a great night. Have an American night.